Afternoon, guys. Speaking to Sia here. Um, what? Let's have a conversation, guys. You know, by the comment section, what your thoughts are. Let's talk about love. Does love truly exist? Outside of marriage. I mean that if you're not married and you have an affair, nomuntu wakho, can you really bank all your um, eggs in that one basket, and say that ndiyathandwa and nomuntu wami ndiyamthanda and you guys can actually go far. Can you really invest in that relationship? Is it possible? Do you believe in that relationship? Because if I remember, when I look back in relationships, things that I see and things that I hear, I always see the same thing, and that same thing is it always ends somewhere, and it doesn't end well whenever it does. And most of the time, what happens is one person will lose their feeling that kept you together, or that glued you together, and you called it love, and you called it, or you would say that actually I'm in love. It always ends, and you start another relationship or things like that. If no violence got involved or oppression got involved of any kind, and if it doesn't, then what are people doing? For me, I truly believe in love, but love in a marriage setup, because I think God is love, and if God is love, He's the one that's able to glue this relationship that you have in marriage, the two of you that you have in marriage. Because even if you do face situations or challenges, when you're married, you have no option. You don't really have an option to say, hey, I can walk away anytime in this relationship. You don't have that option. But when you are in love with somebody who's just having an affair outside of marriage, you always have that option, that door, that you say, hey, I can always walk away from whatever this is that we're doing. So what I'm trying to say is, when you start, when you begin your relationship, is always good, and you know, no matter how long it goes, but eventually one of the two parties will, the one of the parties will fall off, and that's the end of the relationship, even if it hasn't officially ended. But over the time, you will realize that there are some cracks and gaps, and you try to fill up that gap. You try to heal that, or to fix that crack, and most of the time you realize that you're just wasting your time. And in some cases, that's how my relationships really end, and sometimes they end with abuse, and you know god forbid, people kill one another or things like that. So can we truly continue to bank all our emotions, all our efforts in what we call an affair? Or we should just, um, I don't know, guys, we can have a conversation maybe on the comment section, but can we still believe in love? Or we should say, you know what, maybe this is just lust, and actually just getting used to one another, getting used to somebody else, makes me to miss that person, and I want to be with that person, as many a times as possible, as long as possible. But what if that person does no longer feel the same way? What happens then? So I just wanted to talk about that and see if what are people's views regarding that. Shop. Talk later, guys. Sure.